Hello, Foxes and Freaks. The Fox here. I haven't disappeared. I've only been playing this game because it's more fun than Hyper Sandbox. That should be fine with you. Although, Hyper Sandbox still lets me how I understand want to build things. Now, I'm giving tips to the new players who play this game. I actually originally played this in 2024, but I stopped playing because I just assumed it was like trash like other games. And I went back to all the Hyper Sandbox clones. And then sometime in like mid-2025, I started playing this again and I got interested into it. Like late 2024, early 2025, I started playing this. And I got better at it. Now, the typical flow of a CSS match, I know what I call this game? I call this, call it CSS. Yeah, CSS is what I call it. Now, typical flow of matches goes pistol. One team loses and they have to eco it. They have to get like the FAMAS and the TMP and the SMGs and whatever. And after that, buy, expand, get the better guns, get the op, get the AK, yeah. But in this game, it's not really like that. They just immediately buy rifles, die, and have to use SMGs because they can't get a fucking kill. Now, rifles give $300, SMGs give $600, and shotguns give $900. And the op gives like a $150. So even if you're late game, you use the op to punish the shit out of people. Even if you're good with the op, you can't really gain enough money. I use the SMG because I can get kills with it and gain so much money that my team doesn't go broke. By my team, I mean Nico himself is a piece of shit. Next, the TMP. The TMP, caliber-wise, is literally like Glock's cousin, only doing 52 helmet damage. You run fast as shit with it. You can evade fire, but your range is like about as far as that. That's it. Like max. Actually, I couldn't get a better thing. Like catwalk is this thing's max range. Catwalk or like tunnels from outside tunnels is like this thing's max range. It's not good. From B-side of tunnels, let me just go here. Let me show you. This is its max range, and that's not good. However, if you get good at spray control, which is random in this game, the spray patterns in this game aren't actually like fixed. They're random, and there's no spray training. You just hold down and hope for the best. It's still fun though. You still have to be accurate. One thing I have to tell noobs that I thought I never had to tell people again. Aim before you shoot, and if shooting before you aim, you fucking idiot. People expect SMGs to be horribly inaccurate. I understand that. People expect SMGs to have a range of like this, or this, or this, and not this. But they can. The MP5 and the UMP are the outliers because they're highly accurate, do pretty good damage, but the UMP is a slam gun. The FAMAS P228 and UMP do 80 helmet damage, 25 damage to stomach, and have a weird thing where they do the same amount of damage, just that the FAMAS fires faster than both of them. But the FAMAS has weird accuracy, so it doesn't matter. The FAMAS actually has a bigger spray pattern than all the SMGs on average. It's really weird. And for most people, they'll default to the guns that are easier to use, like the P90, the shotgun. And 3, never heard of it. No one's using that shit. Like, here's how fast the M3 fires. This is full black. This is as fast as we can go. And here's how fast the slowest pistol fires. As you can see, it's a problem. And when you're competing against SMGs, don't use it. It's a piece of shit. Don't use the M3. I know it's cheap. It costs $1,200 to my knowledge. That's good, but it fires slow. Although, if you've played TF2 Scout, you can probably frag out with that thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not impossible to use, but you have to jiggle peek, so you don't get ran up on. If I see an M3 user, SMG prey drive kicks in, and you just run up on them and kill them with the SMG. In general, SMGs typically do between 70 and 50 damage to helmets, while rifles do between 80 and 90 damage to helmets, which typically means that if you get hit in the head with a rifle, even if it's not one shot, you're probably gonna die. However, if you hit double headshots with SMGs, since they fire faster than rifles, you can hit some really crazy shit. And with good spray control, you can have accuracy similar to rifles. Weapons that fire faster have less time for accuracy to reset per shot, and because of how spray patterns work, it'll jostle around more and be harder to hit. That's why the UMP is accurate, because it fires only 10 times per second, while the P90 fires 15 times per second, that TMP 14 times per second, but does horrible damage and has short range with good running accuracy. MP5 shoots like 13 times per second, and it has good range and good accuracy, if you know what you're fucking doing. People have like an idea in their head that if a gun is near SMG tier, it's closer to pistol tier, which is true, and that means it's inferior, and you have to use rifles. Like, that's good thing to have, because, you know, they do more damage and whatnot, but, this gets to their head, and they treat SMG players like pistol players, and they have to run up on them and shit, and it doesn't work out. Here's how fast EMP fires, by the way. That's pretty slow, right? That's not slow at all. It's gonna be so fast, you can read the whole fucking damn newspaper through that thing. All the holes in your body. When I first started playing CSS, I only used the rifle like a normal person, and listened to tutorials, not all hot shit. Also, my crosshair was, actually a crosshair. I only have dots now because dots are more accurate, and I like dots better because it gives me pinpoint accuracy to hit you in the head. Instead of having this massive space between the crosshairs, just this massive void space in the middle of my screen. Where do I shoot? Where's the head? And here it's just easy.
Beast.
Yeah. Hey, wait, what are all the... Wait, hold on. What are all those noises?
Miner. Monster. Ass. Serial Beast. Божественно. Нереально. Нереально.
Yo, they got the sound effects. I think they updated those. When I first started playing it, it was too easy. Like, one thing people need to learn about guns is that they do more damage in the stomach, but way more in the head, obviously. Chest has more Kevlar in it, which means that bullets are going to absorb more and do less damage. And this creates some damage thresholds you have to pass. P228 does 80 helmet damage and 20 damage to the chest at close range. But if you go any farther than that, either 79 helmet damage or 19 chest damage, and you die. However, the stomach does 25 damage. 80 plus 25 is 105, and that means you can use that mid to long range really effectively. So is the FAMAS and the UMP, but I don't really think people use the FAMAS. People use it, and they act like you have money, even though you don't have any fucking money. You don't. Period. The UMP used to be very accurate. Didn't we learn from 2015 in Real CSGO the R rate and when the UMP was literally a mini rifle? I mean, it's bigger, more substantial, but Jesus Christ, fix your fucking game, Valve. And also, Debbie, back to you. The UMP does 80 helmet damage. That's not a joke or a misnomer, it does 80 helmet damage. It fires slow, but has ridiculous accuracy. And you can literally use it to snipe people better than the rifles. I've seen people who would be on mid, they'll pull up to mid or A long, and they'll be here and be like, and everybody's fucking dead. Like, what? SMGs also make you run faster. You have a movement speed of, like, I think between 230 and 240 with SMGs, while the rifles is like 210 to 220. And that does make a difference. You're like 10 to 20% faster. With TMV, you can rush. Also, people who you switch to the knife while they use the op or sniper rifles, it's a good strategy to have, but people do it with SMGs and it's stupid because the difference between, like, let's pull out TMP for example. This is 240. Knife. You barely notice that. Knife. I'm gonna throw this down. Knife. TMP. Knife. TMP. See that? With the op, you're slow with the op. Look at this. Look at this. And that surprises people, and they have to readjust their aim immediately. Crouch sprayers. There are some guns that are typically associated with noobs, like things like the AUG, the SSG-52, and the P90. P90 has 50 rounds, which is amazing, and fires 50 times per second, but the accuracy is horrible. I'll be honest with you, like, no. Heuristic range is supposed to be used on, I'm standing. This is close range. Why is it so big? Use the MP5 for comparison. A little farther so it's more fair. No! And common sense, how I scan, I don't lazily peek. What I do is when I start from CT spawn, this is what I do. If I'm going through doors, I'm doing what I do. That's typical clearing I do when I go to T-spawn. However, if I'm from T-spawn, that's what I do. See, that's good. Now, rifle players have this weird thought in their head where they assume that SMGs, like, the range of them is limited, yeah, but that's most of the newer players. When I start playing this, I try to use long range and I get folded immediately. Go to beats, I get folded immediately. Go to make it fold immediately. Go to make it fold immediately, just, instantly. However, you pull out the M4, just like they call it the accuracy rifle. The Galil M4, like the real counterpart isn't AK and M4, it's the Galil M4, because they both do 92 damage. They shoot like 666 RPM rather than 600, and they have laser accuracy. Look at that! No, that's ridiculous. The MP5 is more accurate than that. Wow. More you know, it's just that it does less damage. So it's less severe. It fires faster, but it does less than, like, way further from fatal damage. Like, I think the rifles are like 90, 80 damage, but SMGs is 60 or 70, so the fatal damage range is way closer, and you're probably gonna die if you get double tap rifle player. The op. Oppers know that they only need one shot, but due to the long time between shots, if multiple people rush you, you're gonna die. Because SMGs, I can spam you and hold you down fine because I'm firing fast enough to where if I get 2 helmet headshots, we're good. But if Opera gets caught out, they're fine as long as they re-peek. With Operas are supposed to do this. They're supposed to sit like here. That's what they're supposed to do, but most people don't do that. They rush in at close range and they die. People really need to realize what guns are used for. SMGs for close to mid-range, shotguns for close to... I don't want to use it mid-range. It does like 60 damage and I die because it fires too slow. Although everyone's using the XM1014 and not the M3 because the M3 fires slow. Like, you need to fix it. M3 fires like this. And the SMGs are like... Oh yeah, by the way, the MP5 on Sonic Chance does 20 damage, which slats it closer to rifle damage. Now, due to how fast it fires, it allows you to do some really demonic stuff that people don't know. And even at longer range, it's still 19 or 18 damage, which isn't that bad, really. 6 shots rather than 7. That's all I have for today. See ya.